Hello, my dear students, and the rest of the learners. Welcome to part 10 of a 25-part series of tutorials on creating presentations using Microsoft PowerPoint. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how to use headers and footers in our presentations. My name is MemJM, or you can simply call me Emily Swap. A header is a text that appears at the top of your slides or notes or handouts, and it's referred to as footer if it appears at the bottom of your slides. It can be composed of a slide number, text, image, or date that you want at the top or bottom of your slides or notes and handouts. You can use headers and footers on single slides or on all slides. For notes and handouts, when you apply a header or a footer, it applies to all notes and handouts. But we are going to learn on how to apply headers and footers on notes and handouts in my subsequent presentations. In this presentation, our focus will mostly be on the slides. Headers and footers that you create for handouts also apply to printed outlines. By default, notes and handouts include page numbers, but you can turn these off. You might choose to include no headers and footers on your slides, but instead to reserve them for notes and handouts for that presentation. In case you try to add headers and footers in your master slide, but you realize that they are not being applied due to absence of the respective placeholders, you might have deleted them. So, if you find out that the header or footer placeholders on the master are missing, you can reapply the placeholders as follows. You click on View menu and select Slide Master. And then you click the master slide thumbnail from the Slide Master pane, and then you click Master Layout. Under the Master Layout placeholders, you select the checkbox for the missing placeholder. That is, selected placeholders will always appear checked. So if you find that a placeholder is not checked, it means that it is not applied. And therefore, if it is a placeholder that caters for your header or for your footer, you need to check it. If you delete the bracketed text in a placeholder, such as date or time, or hash for the number, within a placeholder, you can delete the entire placeholder and use the above steps or the following steps, or in other words, and use the above steps or the steps that I've already mentioned to reapply the placeholder, which will include the bracketed text. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to reapply header and footer placeholders in case they are missing in the presentation. For example, in the presentation by the title, Introduction to MLSwap. As you can see, my dear students and the rest of the learners, this presentation does not currently have any headers and footers. And you can see that from slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3, slide number 4, and slide number 5. So, in case you find that you want to apply headers and footers, but you see that they are not appearing anywhere, it is always good to confirm whether the header and footer placeholder is available or not. How do you do that? You click on View menu, and then you click on Slide Master. From there, you click on Slide Master, like this one, Master Slide. So you click on it. You click on it. And then once you click on it, you click on Master Layout. So let me click on Master Layout. After clicking on Master Layout, you can see this dialog box here for Master Layout. And then we have placeholders here. So the title, the ones which are ticked, means that they have been applied. And of course, if you look carefully, let me cancel that. If you look carefully on this master slide, at the bottom, you can see that we have some color or some placeholders, though they are not very visible because of our background color. And therefore, it means that our placeholders are in place. So in case you click on master slide, and then you click master layout, and you find that something is not checked, for example, text, it means that you will not be able to add text placeholder in your presentation. So you need to add it. If title is unchecked, it simply means that there is no placeholder for adding titles in your presentation. And therefore, you come and click title. If, for example, it is the date, and you want to include date as your header or footer somewhere in your presentation or in your slide, and you find that it is unchecked that way, it means you cannot insert or add date as your footer or your header, and therefore you come and check it. The same to slide number and footer. My dear students and the rest of the learners, you may ask yourself, why don't we have header as part of this list? It is simply because headers are good for notes and handouts, not for the presentation, not for the slides. And therefore, for the slides, we are mostly going to be concerned with the footers and not the header. If you want headers to appear in your presentations, you don't include them in the slides, but you include them in the notes and handout masters that you are going to learn later in this series. Once you have checked your placeholders, meaning that they are available, you click on OK. So for our slide, for our presentation, we can see that all the placeholders that we need are available. So click OK. And then you close master view. So let me click on close, and you are taken back to your normal slides in normal view. Once your placeholders are available, once the placeholders for headers and the footers are in place, you can then proceed and add headers and the footers in your presentation. So how do you do it? To apply header and footer information to several, but not to all slides, you select the slides you want before starting this procedure. You can select them on the Outline tab or Slides tab in Normal View or in Slide Sorter View. To add headers and footers in a presentation, you need to do the following. Number one, you click the slide you click the Slide tab or thumbnail, and then click on Insert Menu, and then select Header and Footer button. From there, you click on Slide tab again from the dialog box, and then you set your options, such as selecting the checkbox for date and time. To add an automatically updating date and time and a date and time, click Update Automatically and select a date and time format. Or to add a fixed date and time, click Fixed and type a date and time. To add a slide number, you click Slide Number. To add footer text, you click Footer and type your text. Then you can do any one of the following. To add the information that you have already set the current slide or selected slides, you click Apply. But if you want to apply the header and the footer across all your slides, you click on Apply to All. The following is therefore, or the following information is also important when it comes to issues of headers and footers. If you do not want information to appear on the title slide, you select the Don't Show on Title Slide checkbox. If you are using multiple design templates and therefore have multiple master slides in your presentation, when you select Apply to All in the Header and Footer dialog box, the settings apply to all the designs in your presentation. For example, in our presentation by the title Introduction to ML Swap, we have 2 master slides. So we have multiple master slides. And therefore, if you want the headers and the footers to be applied across all our slides, we need to click on Apply to All. Instead of adding headers on slides, they are usually added on notes and handouts, just as I have said. And therefore, in this tutorial, we are not going to see anywhere where we are going to automatically insert header using the command header and footer, unless if you want to type it for our own use under the master slides. However, just as I have said, you can still type some text on your slide master to appear as a header or a footer across your slides, even without the use of the header and the footer command. You just need to remember to type the header on a text box on top of the specific slide master and the footer at the bottom of the specific slide master. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to add headers and footers in the presentation by the title Introduction to ML Swap. So just as you have seen, you can see that my presentation or our presentation does not have headers and footers. So for us to add headers and footers, we can, for example, click on this first slide here, and then we click on Insert Menu. Once you click on Insert Menu, you'll see header and footer here. So let me click on header and footer. From there, you click on Slide. You can see we have 2 tabs. We have the Slide tab and we have the Notes and Handouts tab. We're interested with the slide, so we click on Slide tab. Then include on slide date and time. Yes, I want us to update and time. And I want this text or this date and time to update automatically. So I'll click Update Automatically. And then on this button here, I can choose how I want my date and the time to look like. I want it to be complete. For example, Sunday, November 19th, 2023. Let me click on that. If you want to have a fixed date and the time, you click on Fixed here. But I don't need that. So let me then my Update Automatically a setting. And then I want my slides to have numbers, so I can click on Slide Number. Then I click on the footer, and then I can type the text that I want to appear at the bottom of each slide. And that text is going to be my email. So I'll have email, and then I can write ML swap at gmail.com. That's what I want it to appear at the footer of my slides. If I want my header and the footer or my footers to appear on the title slide, that's the first slide, I can click on, or I can leave it that way. But if I don't want that header or those footers to appear on the first page or first slide, I can click on Don't Show on Title Slide. So I'll check Don't Show on Title Slide. And then if I want to apply these settings to only the first slide or the slides that are controlled with the first slide master, I can click on Apply. But if I want to apply the headers and the footers or the footers that I've set across all my slides in this presentation, regardless of the number of master slides in place, I can click on Apply to All. So let me click on Apply to All. Now, my dear students and the rest of the learners, if you click each of these lines, you can see that my header and the footer are not visible. But the truth of the matter is that we have the headers and the footers, or we have the footers in place. For example, if I click here, of course, first slide does not have it. But in the second slide, you can see there is text here. Let me, for example, run this show. You can see we have some text here at the bottom. We have this text here for the date. I can see it. And also it is here. The email and also the page number is here. But it is not clear. So we need to do something, make this text visible. So what do we need to do? So what we need to do is to format our placeholders and our text. So you can change header and footer position, size, or formatting. When you want to change the font style for headers and the footers, or the position, size, and formatting of the placeholders that contain headers and footers, you can do so on the slide master as follows. On the view menu, you click on slide master. Then on the master, click the header or footer placeholder you want to make changes to. And then do any of the following. To resize the placeholder, point to a sizing handle, and when the pointer becomes a two-headed arrow, drag the handle. To reposition the placeholder, point to it, and when the pointer becomes a full or a four-headed arrow, drag the placeholder to a new position, including anywhere in the slide. To format the placeholder, click the placeholder, then click on Format menu under Drawing Tools. Then set the various attributes, such as views, outlines, and effects. To format the text in the placeholder, click on Home menu, then set the various text attributes under the font category of buttons. The following is therefore a demonstration on how to change, resize, reposition, and format headers and footers in our presentation by the title, Introduction to MLSWAP. So because you can see that our headers and the footers are not, or our footers are not very clear, we can do certain changes and modifications. So let me click on the View menu and then click on Slide Master. While we are here, we can change a number of items or elements. So I can click on this first placeholder here, this one. And then once you click on it, or let me click on several, let me hold the Control key. I click on that placeholder, this one, and there's supposed to be three. And you can see I don't even see the other one. Let's click it again. So I'll click on that. I'll click on that. If there's another one, we are going to see. You can see the problem of the placeholders not being visible. Yeah, it's there. Once I have done that, I can then proceed and click on Format menu under Drawing Tools. So Let me click on Format Menu. And then we have Shape Outline. Let me start with the Shape Fill. Let me fill those placeholders with some color. And this time, I want to choose a dark one, like this one here. So I can click on it. You can now see that my placeholders, my text is already there for the footer. We have the date, we have the email, and we have the page number. I can also move on and make some further changes. I can enlarge my font. So I can select that text. I press down the Control key and then select this other one here. And I also select this other one here. And then I can click on Home menu and increase the font size. Let me increase that font size to 18. So I'll click on 18. The font color is quite good. Now, based on the background that we have, which is black, white would do. So let me click on that color there. Let me close. Let me now click on Slide Master and click on Close Master View. The question is, have I applied the footer across the lines? Let's see. It seems that the master in which I have applied the setting has not been applied to my slides. So I'll go back that specific master slide. So click again on Slide Master. And then I will click on the placeholders for headers and the footers. Let me go to the second Slide Master now. This one here. Then I can click on that, and click on that. Then from there, I'll click on Format menu and have some text outline. Or let me begin the shape fill. We have said we can have it as black. And I have also increased the font size to 14. And then you click on Save button. And then you click on Slide Master and click on Close. My dear students and the rest of the learners, you can see that now our footer has been applied. You can see we had said that we don't want footers to appear on our first slide. And for sure, we don't have any footer. But for second slide, we have footer there. And we can see the date here. The email is here. And this is slide number 2. Then this next one is slide number 3. We also have slide number 4 there. And we have slide number 5. So you can still edit this. So you can even move the placeholders So let me click again on the View menu, and then I click on Slide Master. While there, I can proceed and click on the master slide for these placeholders. So I can click here, and then I can move these placeholders. You click on it, drag it to where you want it to appear. I can also reduce, for example, this one for the page, and then I can resize this one that way. So that's how you resize the placeholders. And then I can click on Close Master View. And you can see how our footers are now looking like. Do you think that this combination of colors is good? For me, yes, but the white color, the footers are not very visible. So I can click again on the View menu and click on Slide Master. And then I scroll to my Slide Master, which is Slide Master number 2, and then I can enlarge this text. I can select that text and make it a little bit bigger. Then we make it 18. Then I can resize this a little bit up to there. I can also make this one to be font size 8. Let me make it to be font size 24. And this one, I can also make it font size 24. Also for the date, let me make it font size 24, but then I have to resize this placeholder to accommodate the full date. Then I can move this placeholder a little bit there. I can also resize this placeholder that way. And then I can save my work. Then click on Slide Master menu and click on Close Master View. Have my headers and the footers been applied? Yes, they are. That's how you adjust. If you don't see the adjustment, you can always go back to Slide View, that is to View menu, and then Slide Master, and then check whether the change you have applied was on the master slide, or was on another. So this is on the master slide. And therefore, we can even go to the other slide, the other master slide, this one, and do likewise. So we can adjust this date, enlarge that to font size 24. And of course, resize the placeholder. Then we can also select this text here and enlarge its size, font size to 24. And then for the time, we can also do likewise, and we enlarge it to 24. And then you click on Save button, and you click on Slide Master and click on Close Master View. So, my dear students and the rest of the learners, that's how we add headers and the footers in our presentations. And you can always make any further changes as you would like. If at any time you realize that you have headers and footers that you don't require, you can always remove the headers and the footers. So how do you remove headers and the footers? To remove header and footer information from several but not all slides, select the slides you want before starting this procedure. You can select them on the Outline tab or Slides tab in Normal View or in Slide Sorter View. This can be done as follows. Click the Slide tab or thumbnail, click on Insert menu and select Header and Footer, then do any one of the following. Clear the checkboxes for any of the options that you don't need, for example, for date and time, slide number, or footer. To remove headers and footers from the title slide, select the Don't Show on Title Slide checkbox. That is, if you want to remove headers and footers from the slide title or from the title slide, select the Don't Show on Title Slide checkbox. Do one of the following. To remove the information from the current slide or selected slides, click Apply. To remove the information from all slides in the presentation, click Apply to All. So the following is a demonstration on how to remove headers and footers from the presentation by the title, Introduction to Emily Swap. So while in your presentation, you click on the View menu, and then you can click on Slide Master, and then once we're here, you can see what you have. And then you can move on and click on Slide Master, like this one here. And then you can click on Master Layout. Then from there, you can remove some of the placeholders or what you don't want. For example, if I don't want the footer, I can click or I can check the footer that way. And then I can click OK. And then from there, I can close Master View and then save. You can see, my dear students and the rest of the learners, that our footer is no longer there. What we only have now is the date and the slide number. We don't have the footer. So that's how you remove. That's how you remove what you don't want. But do I need it? Yes, I do. Personally, I do. And therefore, I don't need to remove it. What about having it on the cover, on the title slide, on the first slide, having the footer? For me, it's okay. So I can go back and add what is missing. Click on the View menu, then click on Slide Master. Then click on the master slide, like this one. Of course, you know this is the first master slide, which is only applied, which is applied to only a specific slide. But we have this master slide number 2, which is being applied across. So I can click on this master slide, click on the View, and then I can click, or let me repeat again, I'm already there. So I'll click on my master slide, then click on, do I need to click again on Slide Master? Let me just do it. And then I'm interested with the layout. I'm interested with the layout. So what should we do? So what we need to do is to click on slide master. So let me click on slide master. Once you are on slide master, you can then click on this master slide, and then you click on master layout. From there, you can select the placeholders that you want to remove. And we have said you can just uncheck them. If they are already displayed, you uncheck them. But if they are not displayed, you tick them. And we have seen that's how to go about it. For example, if I click on footer, I will have removed it. If I click OK, you can see that we don't have the footer here. And we have done the same to this other slide. And therefore, if I click on close master view, you will see, or you can see that we don't have our footer displayed. Therefore, if I want to show the footer on the first slide, I just need to click again on Insert menu. And then once I click on Insert menu, I click on, or I can click, after clicking on Insert menu, I can click on Header and Footer. And then, because I had said don't show on first page, I can now change that. I can click there, or I can remove don't show on title slide. And then I can click on apply to all. Therefore, you can see that I don't have any of my footers on my presentation. And therefore, we can move on and repeat that step. So to display headers and the footers, I need to click on Insert and then Header and the footer. Then I can check date and time, then update date automatically. And you have already selected our format for the date. Then I can click on slide number, and then I have the footer as my email. And then, because I want it not to be shown on the first page, I can leave it that way and click apply to all. I can then go now to my master by clicking on the view menu and then slide master. From there, I can now click on this master slide thumbnail, then click on master layout, and then I can now include what was missing, footer. So I can click on footer and click OK. And of course, I can now format my footer just like the others. I can click on it, and then I can click on format under drawing tools. Then from there, after clicking on format, I can shape fill, and I can shape fill with black. And you can see but there's no footer. There's no text there. And therefore, we are going to add this footer from the header and the footer. I can save that change. And also, I can format it by clicking on the home menu and then increasing the font size, just like the others, to 24. Let me move now to the other master slide, which is master slide number 2. This one, and repeat the same. I can adjust this footer, and then I can right-click on this, right-click on this master slide, thumbnail, click on slide master, click on master layout, and tick footer, which is missing, and click OK. And then I can format this footer. So I can click on format menu, shape fill, choose black, then click home menu and increase the font size for it, which is 24. As you can see, currently, I don't have any footer or any text typed here. So I can move on and add it. What would happen if I was to add it directly here? For example, email. Then I write or I type swap at gmail.com. Will it be reflected on the other slides? Let's see. I can also do the same for this other slide. I can type here email, and then I write or I type swap at gmail.com. Then I can close. I can click on slide master, save my changes, and then click on close master view. Good. You can now see that my header and footer has been applied across. It is there at the bottom. Even what was missing on first slide is now available. We can now resize. We can resize the footer here, like for the date and the time for the day, we can readjust it a little bit. Then I can go to the other master slide, which is master slide number 2, this one, and also adjust it accordingly. I can adjust this. What is the size of that text? It is 24. What about this one? It is okay. So that's how we can display our headers and the footers, including removing what may be missing. So as you can see, we can now adjust the position for this copyright here so that it is not hidden by our headers or by our footers. We can also include a header by typing. So click on view menu, then click on slide master. So in case we want a header to appear, some text to appear across our slides, we can add it here by typing. So I am going to click on insert menu and then click on text box. Then I can position my text box somewhere. So click on text box and then I can write something here like decide by M.A.M. I can select this text make it bold, make it italics, and also increase the font size, for example, to 24. And also change that color. I can change this color. Change this color by clicking on Home menu, and then I can change this color, for example, to blue, and underline it. Then I can copy this text to my other placeholder or master slide, which is the second master slide, and I can paste my text there. So you do this when you want to have some headers across your slides, in as much as we are saying that headers are best put in the handouts and the notes instead of putting them on the slides. Let's click on Slide Master and click on Close Master View. And then you can see that we have some header. But as you can see, we need to readjust some of the objects. Like on this slide here, we need now to move this object a little bit because of the header. We also need to adjust this one because of the header. And do likewise to the others, that's okay. And also this okay. So you can see we have designed by MemGM running as a header across our slides. So that's how we work with the headers and the footers in presentations. And with that, my dear students and the rest of the learners, we have come to the end of part 10 of the series. You can now continue to part 11 of 25, in which we are going to learn on how to use hyperlinks and action buttons in presentations. Congratulations for learning part 1 or part 10. Congratulations for learning part 10 of 25 on using headers and footers in creating presentations series. You can access the rest of the parts in the series as well as other computer or ICT videos by clicking or tapping on MLSwap ICT YouTube channel below this video. To subscribe to the channel, tap on subscribe button below this video in YouTube if it's not currently reading as subscribed. For any further correspondence, kindly write it to us through the email emilyswap@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening to me, and God bless.